What are you staring at? Quit staring at me. What are you even doing here? You're not going to talk to me at least? Look, I know it's been a while since you've been in a video. Hey, the cold shoulder's not gonna help here, pal. Oh, that's it. You want to be in videos again? You're damn skippy.
Within the farthest reaches of the galaxy lived a race of super-intellectual cybernetic beings who lived a peaceful life dedicated to the arts. Their entire civilization evolved around sculpting, music, and theater. But their peace was cut short by an ill-tempered critic who saw fit to saw in half any artistic expression he deemed as inferior. One day, the people rebelled against this critic, sending him off into space on a rocket, where it crash-landed on Waffle Island. A nomadic Waffle saw the damaged critic stumbling from the impact zone and took pity upon him, rebuilding his body. With no memory of his past life, the critic took the name Mr. Sawblades for Hands and declared it his life's work to saw in half every bad movie or game he would ever view again.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Sawblades for Hands. Mr. Sawblades came from two basic ideas. Number one, I wanted a character to focus on bad movie reviews, and therefore, that's why he's got saw blades on his hands, so he can saw stuff in half. You know, things like Delta Farce, for instance. Now, the voice, originally I wasn't thinking of attaching that squeaky little voice to any character, but when I sort of discovered this voice, I wanted to attach it to a character that looked at complete odds with the voice. So, that's why a Sawblades for Hands looks the way he does. Now, granted, he looks a lot more cutesy than I originally envisioned, but I think it works out for the best. Oh, come on, just once. Just once. Once, can you say it?
Autobots transform and roll out.
Hey Ted, how are you doing? Is there a big crowd tonight? Pleasure talking to you as always, Ted. My name is Claudia, and I work as a clown for the local circus. I've been doing this job for about 4 years now. But my memory only goes back for 7. I don't know where I came from. I don't even know if Claudia is even my real name or not. What little memory I do have is fragmented. Sometimes I'll see somebody I think I remember across the street and I'll run over shouting, "Hey!" And when I finally wind up face to face with whoever I've been screaming at, it's always the same thing. They just look at me like I'm certifiably insane. I think the worst times is at night when I sleep. My dreams are like watching a brand new movie, but I'm the star. I don't remember these events ever happening, but I'm right there. I'm right in the middle of it. Sometimes I feel like I'm going out of my mind. Like the person I was is gone, and Claudia is all that's left. But when I get on stage, it's my time to shine. Being out in the crowd is where I know who I am. I'm an entertainer. I make other people forget their own problems. I give them a show like no other. Hello, Ted! Besides, I've got friends now who are there for me. It doesn't matter to them who I was in the past. They know me as Claudia, their friend and colleague. I ask you, what more could a clown ask for?
Claudia was created around the same time as Jazz and Kaz. I was working on a Halloween coloring contest for the local paper, and one of the ideas I had was a number of clowns. Now, I didn't end up using all these clowns. In fact, I didn't even use Claudia, but she was such an original and unique design, it was just a shame to just let her fade into oblivion.
Well then, anyone else feel like going to the circus?
It's sunny. It's warm out. It's so bright I can't see very well.
That's good. Just relax and remember to control your breathing.
I can hear something off in the distance.
Try to focus on the sound.
The wind is muffling it out.
Stay focused.
I can't hear the sound. The wind is too loud.
Just stay calm and remember to breathe.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you over the wind.
Claudia.
I overhear.
Claudia.
Don't leave me.
Claudia.
This is working.
I told you that these techniques will work, so long as you keep your focus.
Yeah. Since when did you become a Zen master?
I've been alive a few more decades than you.
And that means what exactly?
Means that I can help you. But if you'd rather I'd not.
You don't know what it's like to be me.
I might have a better idea than you think.
My memories haunt me to my core.
So do mine.
Yeah, but you were there for your memories.
It's kind of funny how you want to remember your past, and I can't forget mine. May I ask you something, Claudia?
Sure, as long as I can ask you something.
Alright, but me first. Why do you wear your clown outfit so much?
Simple. This is my identity. Okay, my turn.
Why don't I have a mouth?
Yeah. How'd...
Well, what you see before you isn't my identity. My identity. It's complicated. Well, I might as well get through the obvious part. I wasn't born like this. I don't even remember what my childhood was like, so I figure if I can't remember it, it must not have been important. I remember my teenage years, though. I was angry. I mean, really angry. There was an expectation on how people ought to have acted. A very restrictive set of rules dictating conduct. I rebelled against my society every chance I got. It even warranted my title. See, waffles don't get names. We get titles. And mine was the fighting waffle because of my strength and my speed. But you see, when you push against society, it tends to push back. The Supreme Chancellor of the Council of Seven, my grandfather, gave me an ultimatum. Change or exile. And I welcomed the exile. Until I met her. She was the granddaughter of the sole woman on the council. It was love at first sight. Well, for me, anyway. She knew my reputation. She wanted nothing to do with me at first. So, I ended up picking change. I changed my ways. I gave up fighting. They even gave me a job. A surf shack, of all things. Wasn't too hard. It wasn't an undesirable job because she worked at a nearby restaurant. So it was an opportunity to make impressions. I ended up giving up the title of the fighting waffle and took the much lamer title, the surfing waffle. A number of months went by, and she actually started talking to me. She let me take her out to dinner, a movie, the latest Captain Awesome flick. One thing led to another. She changed her title, the Surfing Wafflet, and life was perfect. I had everything I ever wanted. Love, friendship, a steady income. Until he showed up. Perotsky. He came into the surf shack looking for a fight. And he kept coming back, louder and more violent. So, I decided I was going to do something a little different. I challenged him to a surfing contest. I just didn't bother to tell him that there was a shark warning that week. I thought he got the hint, but he kept coming back, and I kept outsmarting him. Then one night, as I was closing the shack, there was an earthquake. And I saw those giant talons rip through the building and just rip the roof clean off it. This creature spoke in Perotsky's voice. He literally made a deal with the devil just to one-up me. The first time in my life I actually lost a fight. The shack burned to the ground. I barely escaped. I got a few friends together, but there wasn't much they could have done. The fight led to the town square. I took the necessary measures to end the fight. I wasn't even given a chance to sleep till morning. They dragged me in front of the council. In a 6-1 vote, I was given a choice of exile Everyone saw me off the island. Everyone but her. Oh, sure, my replacement was there. But not her. It didn't matter. All the good I did. What mattered is they needed a scapegoat and my grandfather couldn't help. So, I had no life on the island. I decided to live with the humans. And they weren't exactly welcoming. By luck, I met a waffle who worked as a technician in this giant castle. I helped him build a robot army, one of which was saw blades, but with my negotiating skills, I convinced him to give up his plans. I ended up turning the castle into a halfway house for people without homes, or even those who had been dimensionally misplaced. One of the prototypes turned out to be a mech suit that he had planned on piloting, despite the fact that it looked like a human without a nose or a mouth. They were very welcoming. It turned out it was a lot easier to explain to them I was just wearing a mask than it was to explain just what a waffle was. Soon after, I met Jazz, Kaz, and you, Claudia. I got my family back. But I still miss my old one. Well, what do you think, Kaz? Was that any good?
Okay, that was good. Now, can you say all of that in front of Claudia?
Maybe one more run through.
You think you're so special, don't you, Waffle? You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Well, Mr. Paratsky, it seems to me like you've been having a little waffle-related problem as of late. You see, I'm a very, very helpful individual. I am a humanitarian of sorts. So, I see your plight, and I think to myself, what exactly can I do to make this person's life a little better? And I think that the way to help you out the best is to give you the power to destroy your most hated enemies. So, who wants lemon custard?